Welcome back, my lovely darlings, to my channel. Today it's such an exciting episode for me. I recently, and it was because of Lydia started talking about this on her YouTube channel, discovered this thing that it's called coastal grandmother style. And I think, like, when I actually saw that, I was like just taken by it, you know. I just absolutely love it. I love blue so much. I love, if I could live by seaside, then I would, but right now it's not possible. We were living in Scotland, in Troon, which is absolutely beautiful little town on the coast, but you know, it's hard in those part of the Scotland because there's not much, you know, work, so we needed to move at some point. But what is great about those aesthetics of coastal grandmother is just like such like a relaxed vibe, beautiful like fabrics, little bit more like a chill type of style rather than very like you're not going to find those kind of like materials that they like zip you in and you're looking maybe taller, you're looking more elegant, more like expensive. But I think this coastal grandmother style is very relaxed. It's just something that it's so close to my heart and I love it. I absolutely love it. So it would be just not possible for me not to share that with you and not to do episode about the style of coastal grandmother, and also show you what kind of elements to include in your like looks to actually celebrate this style. It is not a style of it's called coastal grandmother. Some of the ladies, they don't want to be called grandmother, so they call it as a coastal, I think, granddaughter. I don't mind, you know, I just love it so much. Whatever, however you call it, you know, it's super close to my heart. And I want to talk to you about some elements, how to include them in your wardrobe to actually create this kind of style and celebrate it more. First of all, I want to just say that you don't really need to be a grandmother to enjoy this type of style. As you see, I'm not a grandmother, I'm just a mom, and I love it. I love it so much that probably in the future you're going to see more and more myself enjoying this kind of aesthetics, and it's absolutely fantastic, you know. I could talk about this for 1 hour, but let's just jump and show you outfits. Let me just show you how how is this style created, what are the basic of it. And this is basically about, like, if you enjoy those kind of elements of those outfits, then that's probably where your heart is, and that's where my heart is, you know, to this kind of beautiful blue, those kind of crispy whites, beigey trousers, maybe a hat. Most of the time the coastal grandmother like style is based on Nancy Meyers, and she's playing with Jack Nicholson. It's a romantic comedy basically. Her character, it was just creating this kind of coastal grandmother style. She's wearing like a light colors, a bucket on her head, like this kind of hat. It's very like a chill vibe. It's very relaxed. You're not rushing anywhere. You are like loving your life, you know. You want to be loose. You don't want to feel like uncomfortable. Those are, I think, the most like important characteristic. You don't want to feel like you squeeze too much. You want to feel like you can sit down, you can stand up. You want to be a little bit more modest as well, but it doesn't mean that you have to be, you know. It's just you need to choose what works for you. So there are going to be lots of different elements and you just choosing what's work for you. But overall, it's about celebrating this kind of style of relaxed type of coastal. It's about if you're really finding like this is something for you, because I think you straight away know. Like when I saw this style, I was like, God, that's so much like me, you know. It's just perfect. Then you know. You like to be sexy, you know, you like to feel the most comfortable, the most confident in those kind of clothes. So the movie that was, I think, inspiring this style is called
Something's Gotta Give.
I think it's on Netflix. I think I saw it on Netflix, yeah. And I saw it long time ago. It was always, you know, and it's so funny because I always remember that movie, but it was so long time ago, like literally 10-15 years ago. And then when I noticed, like I heard about this again, this coastal grandmother, I saw Nancy there on the picture and I was like, God, I saw that movie and it was on in my head for so long. Sorry for that, but it's just I was just changing my baby quickly. So yeah, so it was in my head for so long, and now, you know, I watched it again, love it even more, and yeah, it's great, you know, so highly recommend you to watch that as well. Obviously, you know, I think this is, you're going to see this shift a little bit on my channel, that I'm going to go towards this kind of fashion more and more. But I obviously still going to talk about elegant ladies because I love that, and there's not so many people actually that dress this way, but I just love it, just love it. So one thing that it's very important when it comes to that style, some might consider it is a little bit more minimalism rather than maximalism, cause you find lots of light colors, you don't really find a lot of patterns. You can include the patterns in that style, I believe, but I think the most popular are going to be like a strips, like a more geometrical patterns rather than some kind of flowers. However, as I'm saying, it's nothing going to happen if you're going to include, you know, a pattern of flowers, maybe some kind of nice with blue or something like this, you know, just to keep it theme. But yeah, it's about comfort, you know, that's the most important thing. Light colors making that style as well, so you're not going to wear lots of dark. You can have a black top now and there, or black trousers, because obviously of comfort reason. I think as well, for me personally, when it shifted this style, is that over the period of like spring, summer, I will focus on light colors, but when it comes to autumn and winter, I will include more like darker browns. But I think my focus is going to be 100% sure on earthy tones rather than going for some crazy colors that just don't find, you know, place in my wardrobe anymore. So yeah, so going for earthy, like darker earthy tones during the autumn and winter, and focusing on light colors and blues during the summer, spring. But doesn't mean that I'm not going to wear anything blue in winter, you know, because I love blue so much that it's not going to it's always going to be included in every season of mine. But light colors, I think, are basic when it comes to this style. You want to have more lighter wardrobe rather than going for very dark tones. And I feel like, yes, it is a little bit more minimalism rather than maximalism, but it doesn't need to be exactly, you know, very straight cut lines. It is about relaxed style. It's more relaxed type of style. Minimalism can be sometimes people sometimes take it as a very like sharp cuts of clothes. There's no anything like extra. It's very clean. And I think with this kind of coastal grandmother style, it is relaxed. Sometimes the top is going to be oversized. Sometimes your shirt is going to oversize, because it's about comfort. This is the most important, I think, word here. It's a comfort. It's about feeling comfortable, having maybe trousers that not squeezing you in a belly. You can still wear jeans, and we will get there. Or we can now even jump into that as well. I think jeans are included in that style as well, which obviously can downgrade it a little bit. If you go for lighter color jeans like beigey white, then it's, you know, it still can be very elegant. If you want to go for blue jeans, then maybe adding a nice jacket just to a little bit upgrade yourself, it's going to be a good idea. And even if you're going to wear a t-shirt, just jacket like an extra layer for you. It doesn't need to be very like thick, it can be type of blazer, but just to add a little bit more, to level up yourself a little bit more, it's just good idea to include jacket. Jeans, if you can avoid holes, then I feel like that's always good idea. No holes in your jeans, going to be more elegant and more chic rather than if you go for, you know, holes, huge holes in your knees. One thing that I feel like it's crucial are hats. Any type of hats. You can obviously have a bucket hat if you like. I never really was into bucket hats, but when I actually start doing more research about coastal grandmother, I start thinking, you know, it makes sense. This hat just makes sense. But I feel like woven hats are the best. They can be really chic, they can really give you this kind of coastal look as well. When it comes to summer, even if you are not in the coast, even if you are in city, adding a hat, like a woven hat to your like everyday outfit, it's going to make it look more summery. So I think this is still very suitable. Even if you're going to work, you can always on the morning put your little woven hat and just look really chic, and at work you can just take it off, obviously. But woven hat anywhere in the world you are in the summer period, it can be a really nice addition to your outfit. Just make it a little bit more summery, the way, you know, you romanticize your life, you enjoy your life, so why not wear your favorite woven hat? And when we in the subject of woven, then obviously adding a basket, this is as well a very French thing to do, and I'm going to make a video in the future. I already have some content for that saved, waiting for me to just record, about like French style. It's very like a chic as well, a little bit more relaxed, so there is some connection there with coastal grandmother. And a lot of French ladies, rather than wearing like a normal bag during the summer in Paris, they just wearing like a woven basket just to make it more summery. And the same is with hat, you know, basically. So you adding this kind of element, even if you're in the city center somewhere in London, you can have your woven basket looking a little bit more summery, a little bit more lovely, even though you're not on the coast, you know. So this kind of elements can be always included in your wardrobe. It's obviously, you don't want to maybe wear a woven basket in winter because that doesn't just make sense. But this is more like a obviously summer accessory. The same with hat, like a woven hat, straw bag. But you can have a hat that is suitable for winter, you know, from made of felt, made of wool. There are obviously options. But when it comes to summer, to the coastal grandmother, I think it's more like a summery type of style as well. But as I'm saying, I'm still going to include it in the winter. It's just going to be a little bit more colors, going to be a little bit more darker, but still very earthy. But when it comes to woven baskets, obviously the size, it really depends whatever you prefer to put. I have my woven basket quite big because I obviously have a nappies, I have a wet napkins with me, milk, this, that, you know, I need to have lots of things in my bag. So for that reason, you know, I have a big woven basket that even next week we're going to Crete. So I'm taking the woven basket, two actually woven baskets with me. One is like a evening type of basket that is really great to go to restaurants. It's very small, you can just put your phone and maybe some change or something like this, some money, but nothing is going to fit like properly. But I also have a big, like a beach bag, I would say, that it's made of like straw, and it's really great. I could wear it over the summer, you know, even in the big city. Another element I think that it's crucial are jumpers, like a really nice quality jumpers. They don't need to, obviously when you're on coast sometimes can be quite windy, so you have some kind of extra layer for yourself. It can be cardigan, it can be like a jumper type of thing. I think this kind of tiny knitted one are really lovely, so not like a very, I have a knitted jumper that is perfect for winter. Those bigger like knits are great for winter and autumn, but when you want to have like a more summery type of jumper, then I would go for like lovely little knitted detail, or just like plain, you know, basically plain without any like a knitted detail, just like a normal, you know, fabric material. And those really jumpers as well, going in the light colors, maybe in navy colors, or it's really great. It's about finding this kind of colors of the coast. So obviously you have a sea, you have a sky, you have a beach, so there is a sand, there are some kind of plants, so the green can be still included in your wardrobes. Just focusing on this kind of like a coast type of environment and what colors are there in the nature, and you're going to replicate that in your wardrobe. But those jumpers can be, you don't need to wear them basically like put them on, you can just put them as like a scarf type of situation. So just like put it on your shoulders. That's really nice, old money type of look. But I think this kind of jumpers are really great addition, and if you want to achieve this kind of look of coastal grandmother, then having them with you somewhere, then it's really suitable. And obviously another part that I think coastal grandmother style is made of are like a white shirt, like a oversized white and blue strip shirts. I spoke about blue shirts with strips, like white and blue strips. I made a video about that, so I will put a link on the top to that. But when it comes to coastal grandmother, this kind of pattern or white and blue strips is really suitable. So it can be a blouse, it can be a dress. I think just oversized shirt because it's so relaxed. You can have a top underneath and just put it. You don't even need to close the shirt. You just wear it as an extra layer, but it just gives you this kind of coastal grandmother look, which it's quintessential to this style. And those shirts obviously are fantastic addition to any really style. I would say this is such a classic piece to have. You don't need to have a oversize if you don't like to. It's just the coastal grandmother size is this kind of relaxed size style, so you want to have a little bit bigger one so you can just feel very comfortable. When it comes to like work environment, I spoke about that already. You want maybe a little bit more crisp, a little bit more shorter, perfect size, like perfect fit for you to work. But as I'm saying, coastal grandmother, it's a relaxed lady. She enjoy her life, she loves to spend time outside, and she doesn't want to feel squeezed. She just wants to feel free, and having a little bit more like oversized clothes gives you this kind of freedom as well. When it comes to shoes, I think like we focusing on flat shoes or maybe like a block heels. You're not going for high heels. You just want to be comfy again and more relaxed. So some kind of flat shoes, loafers are really great option, or some kind of like shoes like ballerina shoes, or like a sandals any type of sandal I think is really great. And obviously on the coast you don't wear heels, you don't wear on the beach as well anything that you would just like sink in the sand. So that's the thing, you know. On the end, just wanted to say that I personally love this style so much. This is just a beginning for us, for our journey here. If you are loving it as well, then you're going to see more videos about that style. But I think we need to start somewhere, and this is going to be a really great beginning video. And in the future, I'm going to make more videos with coastal grandmother as well. You love wine, and you're going to drink wine as much as you can. Basically, I love wine myself, but right now I'm still breastfeeding, so it's really you know, it's hard to drink wine when you breastfeed. You just can't really. You find a way sometimes, but you need to be really on a clock. You can't breastfeed for so many hours. And my boy, he loves when I breastfeed him. But obviously one day I'm going to go back to my wine, and I'm not talking here about drinking lots of wine like every day, but even one glass every second day, I think it's suitable, and you can just relax, you know. And this is the quintessential thing in coastal grandmother style, is to be relaxed, to enjoy life, but not restrict yourself in any way. And that's when it comes to style, you don't want to be very squeezed in. And when it comes to other things as well, you don't want to restrict yourself. You want to feel free and have this kind of freedom in your life, romanticize your life, but be as well very chill about this, not pushing yourself too much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about coastal grandmother style. Is it for you? Is completely opposite of you? In the comment section below. And if you didn't subscribe yet, then subscribe on that magic button below, and see you in the future.